My name is Emma Seymour, and I was in youth group from 2005 to 2009. And then I went ahead and did the young adult youth group as well for quite a few years. I don't remember exactly what year it ended, but at least for 3 or 4 after that.
Well, I'm Joe Roos. Started in 1999 with the first trip, and then I wasn't involved in 2000, but starting in 2001 through 13. A sponsor and whatever support, pretty much what Kathy needed.
So my name is Lorraine Paffenroth, and I was in the youth group here at Rosedale in the 70s. I graduated from high school in 1977, so that would have been my last caravan.
So I'm Robin Roos, his significant other. I started.
Most significant.
Oh, so you can tell how this goes. We had fun. So I went on my first one in 2005, right? 5, we figured. Anyway, I went for 4 years.
I'm John Morris. I started in 2006, as Robin has told me, and I did 8 years. 2013, Mexico was my last trip. I was whatever Joe, Robin, and Kathy needed me to be, I was.
My name is Bennett Squire, and I was active in the youth group from 2012 to 2016.
Hi, I'm Kathy Marzoff. I grew up at Rosedale. Later on in life, I had 2 really small children, and Dixie Elam and Rick Peters asked if I would consider being the interim youth director for 1 year. I thought that was an awesome experience and challenging offer, and I took that on as a 1-year task. But it went fantastic, and I fell in love right away with not only the job, but the students, and just the opportunity to expose them to so many different things that it really fired me up.
The memories are a little dim, but the feelings that came from those experiences have stayed with me.
But I think it was really just the consistency that sticks out in my mind of what I enjoyed so much, which is knowing that, like, no matter what week I had, coming in on Sunday afternoon, I was gonna be welcomed and have fun and learn more about God and just want to learn how to be a better person. So I think that in general kind of just is what sticks out about what I loved most.
The Presbyterian Village, with giving them a service. I know I can't speak for other people, but I know that there were a lot of people in the class that really got to know some of the people there in Thanksgiving and Christmas, but I didn't personally, but I really enjoyed it. I thought it was fun. It was a very nice environment. That was something that always stood out to me because I thought that was really cool.
The antics were pretty hysterical. Most I can't talk about.
Some really wonderful adults came into the picture after about the second year too, and really helped steer and direct the next 15 years of the program. So I have to compliment Joe Roos. He was with me from about the second year on, and really him and Robin helped develop a team that directed the next decade.
Because Kath asked. That's all she had to do is ask. She's one of those people that, you just, she asked you to help, you say, sure, what can I do? And, out of all of us, she had the most patience. If we were falling apart, she just kind of, did everything. So, but it was a great team, the 4 of us. It was a really good team.
I watched what Kathy and Rosedale Garden did for my children and what it did for my friends and what they got out of it. And I think once she asked me, there was just no way I was going to say no.
Really a great experience at that age to let yourself see a different side of other people and a different side of yourself, whether it's through religion or just through community.
took me out of myself. You know, as a high school student, you're pretty self-absorbed, and helped me see that there's more to life and more to this world than just myself.
There were so many joys, you're right. Like I said, I think bringing students to church and having them see it as a different thing. Some had never walked through the doors of a church before. So it did bring me great joy to be able to share that with community students and see our own kids grow in their faith and their faith walk.
Whether you think this is a good thing or a bad thing, my faith was strongest when I was in youth group because I was in youth group.
Seeing the kids, hearing the kids' stories, that impacted me a lot.
Yep, that's
Yep.
true.
You
I
know,
agree with you there.
Yeah. Faith in action. You could see
Right.
that in the kids. You could see there was just certain times on certain trips where you just seen that faith come through, and all they've been through, you could just see how it just changed them.
It was just like you always come back from the mission trips feeling so good, and I miss that feeling of when you get home and just want to do more, because yeah, it was special. Yeah.
You're able to really, make an impact with yourself and with the church. And, people are very supportive and people love what you do and people love hearing about it.
The memories I have kept with me from those days is the companionship, the camaraderie, the friendships, the lessons I learned, the things I learned about myself and how it allowed me to grow. I was never the same person when I came back from a trip than I was when I left. It is life-changing. And the friendships remain. I mean, there are people here at Rosedale that I went on those trips with, and we still see each other in church and are friends today. So lifelong friendships is probably the biggest thing.
We are all good friends.
Yes.
And that kind of helped, I think even build that a little bit better too. Hopefully the kids feel that way as they've gone through years with these other kids too, to build some good relationships. You may not see everybody all the time, but when you do see them, it's like coming home again,
I think what I learned most, and I kind of meant, well, what I learned most from youth group is how to put others before myself. And I know, like, throughout high school, I would take the lessons that we learned here on Sunday and would apply them. And it just really taught you how to be Jesus-like, and to think beyond yourself and what you can do to make others' lives better or easier, which I kind of think of as, and it brought me a sense of peace, knowing that like God was with me at all times and that He would see me through the hard times. And it just allowed me to learn it here and then apply it in my real life, or not real life, but everyday life type of thing. I think a lot of the core values that I learned here in youth group, I'm now trying to teach my students at school and my little guys at home. It really was like the core of who I am today. So I have a lot to thank for it. And I'm very thankful for those years.
I think Rosedale does the most incredible job with young people and making them feel like this is their home and this is a part of their home. So when I see them doing that for their little ones, getting them up there, speaking and dancing and talking, and I mean, it just they gain self-esteem and composure, and it's a wonderful, wonderful legacy, I think, to see those kids come back and bring their families.
Really hope it helped touch their lives and change them for the better in some way. And I think it did. I really do. There were some kids, maybe a bigger impact than others, but even the ones that were not really into it all, I think it changed their life too. And hopefully we're able to set good examples for them in this.
I did my very best to help the kids the best I could, teach them anything I might know. They taught me an awful lot, that's for sure. I learned a great deal from them, as well as I hope they did from me over all those years. I can't tell you how much I loved it. I absolutely loved it.
It was good. It was good stuff.
That's my answer, is I don't have a single moment. I think it's just the collective 4 years is like, that's my moment.
I loved this job with my whole heart, with every bit of my soul. I loved it. It was a passion.